Good afternoon, Cape Town. I am a chef in Restaurant Arzak. That is a restaurant that is open since 1897. So, not yesterday. So I am the fourth generation in my family. Now I work with my father. Before was I'm a cook, like my father, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother. And this year, in 2015, we celebrate 25 years consecutive with 3 stars of Michelin. So imagine, thank you. You know, it's not easy, but the enthusiasm and the illusion we have, and a lot of work. And I will explain you why I'm here and how we kept it. So, someone, probably you, could ask, but how is possible a restaurant is open for so long time? And how is the key and the secret to continue generation after generation? So, as you imagine, it's not easy, but there are different keys. From one side is the respect of the previous generations, no? The respect. Also, the respect to our own culture, that is the Basque culture and the Basque Cuisine, and what happened before to the other generations. Here on the image, you see there was a revolution in the Basque area called the New Basque Cuisine. It's a movement that happened in the 70s. It was a group of chefs that were a little bit crazy and really not normal. It was a group you see there. This is in the port of San Sebastián, and led by my father and Pedro Subijana with the other groups. Here they went to Paul Bocuse, so they did a lot of research and travelings. Also, I want to tell you San Sebastián. Another key of why the food is so important in my area that everybody wants to know, and how we keep so long. A lot of anthropologists had come to San Sebastián. What is the phenomenon? Why this happens in such a small place that there are so many chefs? Because to let you know, we are not alone. Fortunately, we are with many, many chefs, and we are proud of it. No, we are not jealous. This is very important, not to be jealous to the others, to work in team. And we are located also in a geographically privileged place. Now, in this place, we are on the coast side and surrounded by a lot of farmers, incredibly products of the sea, incredibly products of the land. No? I told you the past here. One of the chapters, I'm sure you invite me to come to this Congress, is innovation. Innovation, the chefs today, we have changed, as I told you, thanks to this revolution. The innovation is essential for the evolution in a restaurant. No, without innovation, the cooking wouldn't be today, and we wouldn't have had so many results, no? We all ask ourselves, we have been doing a lot of things and a lot of innovation, a lot of evolving in the last years. You will see how we are going, what's next in the cuisine, what we're doing next, because we have done a lot of techniques, we have done a lot of changes, we have done a lot of things in the kitchen. In Arzak, in our restaurant, you see here on the images, the innovations is taken part in, we have a tasting kitchen or laboratory. A tasting kitchen is in the same building of the restaurant apart, where there are 2 chefs, Igor Zalakain and Xavier Gutierrez, that developed with my father and me lots of recipes, and then we work together. On the back, you can see there's a lot of spices from all over the world. It's called the Bank of Ideas that help us to finish a plate, because you think the memory is very good, but you never forget. They are put on a computer, so we can. In the beginning, we started to do families, no, crispy, salty, but we decide that one ingredient could belong to many, many families, no? And we have a nutritionist that is helping us to do this work. So I want to explain about our tendencies. Where is our influence from? Our tendencies don't change from one day to the other. We took our work very seriously, and not from one year to the other. What we do is we work on our experience, we work on our time, and what we do is we dig deeper onto what we have done until now, and to find new ways and new tendencies, to find what is next we can do with the food. No, we try to do things what we have never done and that impress us. Impress today, I mean, not only in the way of the cuisine, in the way of everything, because everybody that is sitting here and everybody has seen a lot. And to impress is very complicated. It's not, we don't work only to impress. We work because we don't like the monotony. The monotony is for us very sad. And if you want to go further and to evolve, you need to avoid the monotony, no? Also, the demand of a cooking, the demand of a changing society. The society changes without being conscious, and people are not aware of it. No, today we eat lighter. The cooking processes are lighter, shorter. Sorry, we eat more vegetables. We look about the healthy and nutritional properties of the food more and more than before. No, also, you know. Every restaurant has its own personality, its own discourse. I'm in a privileged also region with other chefs, and everyone has its own personality. It would be very sad if we cook everything the same style, no? And you know, is for me the persons are still very important. Our profession is a mixture of handcraft, the hands, the chefs, the cooks. We are still, because I want to tell you, first of all, I am a cook, and then the rest. And I want really to be a cook as I learned when I started, no? No, I want to explain you how we are inspired and where is inspiration coming from. Today, there is so much information around us. There is in the media. We have so much information that sometimes we are full of this information. It's too much information. I've been here yesterday and today. I got so much information, ideas, new perceptions, new ways of creating. No, and the problem is how to manage and how to use it, no? What we do is we really use what interests us, no? About us, about everything you see, but interests us, and what adds and gives something to the plate, what is important to the plate, what contributes to make the plate better. Design has changed our lives also in the cooking, not only in this Design Congress, for us also, and of the perception how we consume the food, no? It can be from one side, for example, to give you an example, how color influences the food. We made a study how color influences the food and the way that you want to consume it or not, no? And also, the support, the vessels, and it's important how to present the food, no? Visual perception of images is also important. It can be of images moving or still images, no? Sometimes we use curious, this is still images. The back is the sea images, no? And this plate is a monkfish in low tide. So wants to present San Sebastián is on the coast, and when you walk on the beach, you see all these elements, the seaweeds, the shells, no? And inside is a moving image of of the beach, no? So I like this very much because in my area, in my region, the Basque area, before Bogota has a lot of metal industry. So we did an homage to the metal industry that now is less, and we present in the restaurant some chocolates in the form of screws. We use for it the optical technique that is silicone forms that we make ourselves. And so people got that, no? Because we want also, for us, the humor and is very important, the optical illusions. And here is, for example, a presentation of one plate. This is Perito Moreno Glacier, Argentina, that inspired us. This is chocolate biscuit with carob. Carob is an ingredient that exists in Spain. We want to rediscover it again, to reuse it again, because it was almost disappearing. We help the products of our land that we want that people use them again. Cotton sugar, inside is a filling of cacao and the carob, crispy. We like to look different textures on a plate, not only one texture. Otherwise it's too boring for the palate. This is a sauce of orange and cacao. This is an optical illusion. Looks big, but at the end melts with the weight of the sauce is heavier than the cotton sugar. So you present this to the guest. The guest says, "Oh, how big!" But at the end, it's a light dessert, no? And so we don't want the guest is only a person that sits at the table. We want he understands and he takes care of our experience. Thank you. So here is another example. This is a plate of cake. Looks like the earth or a fortune teller bowl, no? We present this. This is a fractal. It's a fractal. It's a soup of honey. This is a physicochemic that help to do that to us. Is really you can eat it. And this form we used to make in front of the guests. This is a bunch of flowers. We look the world with eyes of a chef. No, everything can contribute you and can help you to do a plate, everything. All this started long ago when we made this study of how the color influences it was more or less 15 years ago, even if we have been doing evolving kitchen for always. This started when the color influences the food, and really, for example, for us in San Sebastián, we like everything very green because there is a lot of parsley. We use parsley to everything. We are surrounded by greens. So in our cuisine, we use a lot of greens, and the nature is also very, very present on it. We work and collaborate with different experts that are from different fields. No, we have a lot of collaborators of culture, gastronomy, design, history, science, nutritionists. No, like I will give you some example. There is the Basque Culinary Center, the University of Science of Gastronomy that is new. Some professors of chemics and physics, also historians of art, anthropologists, and many, many others. There is also my husband that is an architect and helps me also not only restoring the restaurant, making it up to date, also for the presentation of the plates. Also, my sister, she's historian, art historian, and she's associate director of Guggenheim Museum. And now she's my consultant and of the themes of art and gastronomy, no? And as you can see, also Ferran, that was here and recommended me highly to come many years ago. He and his friend Albert, apart of being very friends to us, all their projects that have been done all his life and now with El Bulli Foundation are very inspired to us, no? So to describe yourself is always very difficult. If I ask you, how are you? Describe yourself. You need to stop and to think about. My father and me, after many years, we find more or less a description that is a signature cuisine. It's made by us. The place you find in Arzak, you only will find in Arzak. It's Basque because unconsciously we have a flavor filter that is in our minds and we cook it with that. We like fish, we like parsley, we like garlic, we like peppers. They are very local, no? But also we are open to the world that I will explain. Our cuisine is also research-based, evolving, and cutting edge. So the raw materials are very important to us. It's the most important, are the main players. So, we make the difference between raw materials and ingredients. The raw materials are kilometer zero or as next to as possible, because so you can control. You know the supplier, you know the farmer, and you know the freshness. Also, the ingredients are ingredients that can travel from all over the world. So we are open to the world. We are open to the world, although we use our palate, our filter, no? And a plate is very important to travel. A plate also can make you travel, no? You can go to another country, to another culture, to see how they work, to see their own cuisine. That perhaps for them is very, very normal, no, and very traditional, and has existed since always. But for us, is a rediscovering, and can make better and can make richer our cuisine. For example, to make you an example, I'm very happy I'm here in South Africa because I'm going to discover many things that I will adapt to my cuisine in my restaurant, no? The cuisine here is very multicultural and is very open to the world. This is why I like it so much. To make you an example, yesterday when I arrived, I got in the room biltongs, no? And no, I'm going to bring, because I like crispies and I have already many ideas. I can seasoning, I can give, I like crispies, there are many things I can do with it, no? And I'm sure I'm going to bring more and more flavors, no? New technologies, new researches are the tools that we need the chefs to go further, no? But using them in a proper way. You need to learn them, but how to use them in a good way. Talking about, but I told you the raw materials are very important, no? The raw materials are very important, and in San Sebastián, we have been always respecting the chain of producing the raw materials, because from one side, it's not well seen from the producers or from the chefs. We will never use a product that is all the season or that is not allowed, no? People would you look strange, no? It's not, and we don't feel comfortable, no? I think it's very important to transmit this to many, many other areas in the world, no? Also to go further, to evolve and to do more things, of course, you need to risk. My father and me, we have always a lot of doubts. Otherwise, if you don't risk and you don't have doubts, you will always turn in the same circle, no? And, but where is the limits? Each one has its limits, no? And you have to trust your experience and your confidence. These are some plates that I like also to see that we use ideas from all over the world. Here on the screen you see a plate. It's a tuna. It's a tuna that is from San Sebastián, that we use a tamal that is, perhaps in Latin America, for them is normal, but for us it's new, no? What we do is we soak the tamal, the maize, the corn, the leaf of corn, with red wine, and then we serve it 1 minute before it goes to the table. And on this time from the dining room to the table, the aroma goes into the tuna. The tuna is one fish that exists all over the world, but we use ours. That is what we are used to it. Also, I like to say that today, in a restaurant, not only the chefs, the cooks are important. Everything is important, no? Because the guests need what happens if you are cooking and thinking for months in the lab, and you are doing the testings to some of your clients, and the staff needs to be involved in all this, no? And it's very important that the wait staff takes part of the experience and explains to make an example, no? The other day I saw a guest trying to eat the leaf of the corn, no? No, please, don't eat it, no? No, because today you get the plate and you think that everything that comes on the plate you can eat, but it's not always the same, no? So and I said, oh, it's not so clear for the people what they can really eat or not, no? Now, in Arzak, we are always thinking, and we want always to go for new ideas, to find new ways, and now we are in a time, I told you, we made a lot of things, that is a time that we are in a phase of rethinking, no? And we want to adapt to the changing times. I'm happy to listen today also that some of the speakers, with another words, say a little bit the same. I'm going to show you on the video that is coming next. Please.
Dear friends, colleagues, journalists, and other visitors, dear Dad, it's time to rethink everything. The world is changing, gastronomy is changing, diners are changing. The experiences we have in the kitchen are changing. Our awareness of our environment, the way we communicate, it's all changing. What about chefs? In this context, our profession and our roles as professionals are also changing. Before we just cooked. Today, we've moved out of the kitchen, sometimes a bit more than we'd like to. Today, more than ever, we're slaves to our professions, but we also have more power. We're social role models, representative of a country or of a culture. Yes, it's time to think and rethink. To rethink of cooking as a social tool. We don't just feed stomachs. We fill the table with conversations, thoughts, and experiences. To rethink the role of cooking as an economic trigger. Our work has important economic consequences. To conquer a country through its stomach is the shortest route. For example, we introduce people far beyond our borders to San Sebastián, the Basque Country, or Spain. 4 decades ago, a group of chefs revolutionized our kitchens and created a concept and a movement, the new Basque Cuisine. Since then, that work has attracted visitors, has generated revenue, and has built a brand for a city and a country. To rethink cooking as a source of knowledge. We cooks spend all day learning from our colleagues, from conferences, from publications, and above all, our work consists of searching and researching. We should collaborate and share what we've learned with the science and food industries. Rethink the kitchen to strengthen the whole sector. In these times, fine dining restaurants are experience and content generators. The plate is our pretext for telling stories. Our cuisine starts with the producers and in the markets. Sharing our process is much more than highlighting the plate. It's to awaken a new respect for the products and producers that form part of the gastronomic cycle and the cycle of life. Rethink gastronomy to awaken attitudes. From our kitchens, we can awaken a curiosity for environmental awareness. To see the world as a place where we're just like renters who have to leave things in good shape when we go. To awaken an interest in biodiversity. To encourage the use of locally sourced raw materials. To demand varieties and species that our lifestyle has condemned to extinction. To recommend seasonal consumption and associate a healthy diet with quality of life. Rethink cooking as a lifestyle. Our lives are conditioned by speed. Everything in our world has to be fast right now. Fast food, fast cars, quick money, quick sex. In Arzak, we don't get this fast thing. We are a 100-plus-year-old restaurant. I'm fourth-generation Arzak. For quite some time, I've shared chef's whites with my father, and someday I'll take on that marvelous but complicated responsibility alone. But I'm not in a hurry to do things. I've grown up watching dishes and plans being made over a low flame. That's the lifestyle I want for my family, my team, and my country. And I'll defend it, wooden spoon in hand. Lots of love. Thank you very much.
Bueno, now to end, I want to say it's good you listen to me. I know I am in a country where a lot of chefs think like me, and I want to share it with these extraordinary chefs. Here is the team. The team is indispensable, not for me, for everybody. You know, without them, I wouldn't be here. Also, I want, after the video, to say a part of being multidisciplinary, multi-faced, and I want to make clear that I want to say, even if we are chefs, research, evolving, I want to acclaim the happiness of the guests. Thank you very much. Thank you.